Hey guys, SteveJones313 here, thanks for tuning in, and this is the 30 Facts About Me video, which I promised to do about 3, maybe 4 months ago, something like that. But anyway, originally when I was going to do this video, and right a second, so my throat's starting to get a little bit dry, and I hadn't planned for that before I started recording, but still. Basically, when I agreed to do this video months ago, I was planning on putting more skits in, and sketches and jokes and all that jazz, but it's been put off for so long. What I've decided to do is just do the list and present it as quick as I can in the video. This is actually the second time I've recorded this video. Basically, I had some presenting issues the first time, along with some issues in my leg, which meant I kept moving and I kept moving out of shot. So then the second time I got interrupted and I kind of lost my groove. So this is the third attempt. The third attempt at recording this video. So hopefully it'll be good. And like I said, I don't have a plan for this video. I don't have any sketches or anything involved. I'm just going to go at it. And one thing I did notice is that at each fact I would say, next fact, next fact, next fact. And it gets so repetitive. So instead of saying next fact, I'm just going to throw in a random phrase. So we're going to start with number one. Number one, my name isn't Steve Jones. My name is Stephen Caulfield. Well, Reverend Stephen Eric Caulfield. Yeah, a long time ago I got drunk, and you know that episode of Friends where Joey says he got ordained online? Well, in my drunken stupor, I was like, well, you can't do that. And I found out you could. And if that website still exists, I will link it in the description of this video, so you can be ordained online if you wish to, you know, sell your soul to whatever devil it is that they worship, or God they, or... You know, it's a long story, just go check it out. But Steve Jones is actually an OC of mine from, and there's two versions of the character. There's Steve Jones, who belongs to the Legacy of the Wandering Angel. I know it sounds Mary Sue, but bear with me. Basically, it's about an angel who discovers the catastrophic truth of the history of deities and the earth, and you know, finds himself in a war that no one knew was going on. The other Steve Jones is actually from the e-fetting, which is basically, you have a lot of role-playing games online which involve forum-based role-players. There's a wrestling version called e-fetting, and my character's there. He's actually a wrestling character. And actually, as Steve Jones, I've won a few awards for my e-fetting, including Storyline of the Year, you know, Best Character. So I'm really proud of what I was able to accomplish with my e-fetting days, though I don't really do that anymore. Although I do still play Steve Jones in the Facebook wrestling game Wrestler Unstoppable. If you are on that game, let me know, you know, and you know, I'll send you an invite to my company. So yes, okay, I think that answers that one. So pineapple ducks. Okay, the next, fact number 2. I'm a Capricorn, and yes, whilst I don't believe in astrology or star signs because it's bullshit, I will admit they did get the description of a Capricorn right. If you know, one looks at me and what a Capricorn is, you know, the whole stubborn kind of thing and stuff. So I'll give them that. But you cannot tell somebody's future by looking at stars, unless that big one you see during what we call daytime suddenly gets bigger and bigger and bigger and it gets really, really hot. I'm going to tell you that I can tell your future, and your future is fucked. So there you go. You know, so chocolate mirror. My room exists in exactly one of 2 states, either incredibly tidy or extremely messy. Would you like to take a stab at which one mine is right now? Yeah, basically it's kind of linked to my depression in a way, which we'll get onto in a bit. The more depressed I am, the worse my room is, and the better my room is, the happier I am. But as scientists will tell you, correlation is not proof of causation. Basically, the mindset comes first, and the effects come after. The happier I am, the more enthused I am about tidying up, and I get everything done and night puts in its place and everything. The more depressed I am, the less I give a shit, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. I've been going through a bit of a bad spell recently, but I'm starting to get out of the funk, and I'm like, right, time to get shit done. And basically it involves throwing a lot of stuff out, including clothes and tapes and papers and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to getting everything sorted out and organised, and then I can actually have more camera angles here, because I have to position my camera in ways that makes me not look like a complete and total shithead when it comes to tidying. Even though I am a massive shithead. The thing is, I can keep every room in the house fine, except this one. I'm a failure. Okay, the next fact I have is that my favourite non-alcoholic drink is Iron Brew, which I love the fact you can get in cans that big. My favourite thing from Scotland, you know, besides Fox of Nightmares. And it's a fantastic drink. I have been told by certain Americans that it tastes of Pepto-Bismol. I don't know why it would, but there you go. My favourite alcoholic drink is Cabernet Sauvignon, which is a red wine, which for some reason acts like sodium pentothal, i.e. when I drink it, I cannot lie. And it's not like I think, oh shit, I can't lie, fuck. No, it's more like, lying? I don't know what that is! So, you want me to give you my opinion on you? Okay! And not only that, but I feel the need to broadcast this fact. So if I'm drinking, I can't just like stay offline and be like enjoying it on my own. No, I have to be online going, I'm drinking Cabernet Sauvignon, and let the world know. So yeah, I very, very rarely drink these days anyway. I used to drink all the fucking time. I gave it up. Now I only drink incredibly occasionally, and I have a rule in life, which is I absolutely refuse to buy alcohol for myself. I'll happily buy for anybody else, but I will not buy alcohol for myself. So anytime I get alcohol, it's been bought for me. So it keeps me in check, so it's really good. So Roman centurions, forward! I have at least 8 full-length stories, i.e. could be made into books or novels, that I need to finish, including Legacy of the Wandering Angel, Faithbreaker, 2056, The Warrior Chronicles, The Warrior Crusades, although those two are co-works with Lone S. Wolf. The Warriors, which is a working title, we've kept it there for now. That's a co-work between myself and a guy called AJ Carruthers. The Star of Elodie, and actually a fuckload more now I think about it. There's so many, and the reason what happens is, and a lot of people out there will know what I'm talking about. You start with one idea, you stop halfway, and you get a new idea. So you stop that, and you work on the next idea, and then that stops because you get another idea, so you start working. And it just piles up, and that's where I am right now. I just get too distracted by new ideas, so I've got to be able to sit down and work on them. Hopefully soon. I am actually starting the process of rewriting the Warriors, the Warrior Chronicles, like I said, which is a cool work. But we completed the first draft, which is an achievement. So the next plan is to start rewriting it in the second draft, if you will, rather than, and if that's good, that'll be the final version. So yeah, championship spoons. I am a published author. I published Permit Me to Dream in the year 2009. In fact, I've got a picture of when I got my very first copy. Ah, don't I look positively weird? Can we get rid of that? Awesome. But yeah, Permit Me to Dream is a poetry book. It took 6 years. 6 years in the making. You can actually see how my aspects of religion changed over time, how my viewpoints of life changed and stuff. And also you can tell about stories about me and the Zodiacs, who, if you know me very well, you know what that means to me, my old friends. Fun fact about this originally should have said Permit Me to Dream by Stephen Caulfield with AJ Carruthers, because AJ helped me on a couple of poems in the book known as The Dungeon Master. He wrote parts 2 and 4, I believe, and what happened with it was the publisher decided not to include that because it was my book, even though someone else had written 2 of the poems that are in here. So me and AJ came up with an agreement where basically every time we hung out, I would have to cook him steaks as payment. Seems fine by me. So yeah, thankfully we worked out a deal on that one. But yeah, now fun fact, this is actually available on Amazon, and not only is it available on Amazon, but it's also available on Kindle, which is amazing to me. I don't actually get money from this book unless you buy it from rightlife.com, but it tends to be cheaper on Amazon, so just get it there if you'd like to get it. You know, and I hope you enjoy it. But if you do buy this, please do leave honest critique on Amazon, because at the end of the day, you know, if you don't like it, I'd like to know why. If you do like it, I'd love to know why. So yeah, you know, check it out, you know, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So yeah, birds like iPods. Okay, I have another channel known as the Wandering Age Productions. Wandering Age Productions is my production company, which I use to post a lot of videos, including 2 regular weekly shows, #Shout, #Total Markout. Now #Shout is a weekly debate / discussion show where me and my co-host, co-founder the Lone Wonka One, and special guest Geek King talk about things which have happened in the week, or things which are on our minds, and we debate certain issues as well. #Total Markout, co-founded by myself and Geek King, and also a third member known as Eric Von Jisme, where we talk about the weekly news of wrestling, mainly covering the events of WWE, including Raw, SmackDown, NXT. We also talk about TNA and ROH. Fun fact about that, Eric Von Jisme is no longer with us because he chose to leave early in 2013. And it was very controversial because a lot of people started asking if he was fired and whatever, and basically he left over disagreements with certain directions we were going in, and he had personal issues with the show as well. And we got a lot of shit at the time because people, you know, people are always looking for a scoop, and it's like, dude, with 3 guys with a webcam, really? This isn't fucking TMZ, okay? So yeah. There are a lot of other shows that are going to be coming to the Wandering Age Productions in the future. This particular channel you're watching now, SteveJones313 channel, is for my personal videos, so videos which aren't made for TWA, as well as videos which I'm testing out, like House of Hoaxes and stuff, which aren't ready to be put on there yet. So, pilots, I suppose, is the best term for it. So, yeah, the Wandering Age Productions, do check it out and see if you enjoy stuff. One of the biggest shows right now on there is the On the Sofa show, which is the Q&A show where I interview people to learn more about them. It's usually artists. The show started on DeviantArt, so it's primarily focused on artists, but I'm looking to interview Let's Players, musicians, writers, photographers obviously, bloggers, all manner of peeps. So yeah, you know, so do check that out as well. Okay, I am a huge wrestling fan, which you could guess as I host a wrestling show. I've been a huge fan right about July 2009, July 1999 is what I meant to say. So I've been a fan for a very, very long time. And yes, I know it's scripted, but it's more than violent soap opera, alright? And I think wrestling gets a really bad rep, and it gets that because people don't get the business. And I think people would rather judge something that they haven't seen and followed rather than actually investigate what it really truly is. And there's an unfair stereotype that wrestling fans are like stupid, dumb, redneck bastards. No, we're not. So, but I'm a huge wrestling fan. And another fact as well, which I'll include before I cut, so rather than cut there, I do love to wrestle as well. Absolutely love to wrestle. I can't wrestle as much because of my injuries, and this is a pretty long list. Injured back in the year 2000, I was thrown down by 3 lads who then used my back as a trampoline. So when my muscles should be, my back muscles should be like that, they essentially put them like that. So for years of physiotherapy just so I could get my back in gear. My knee's busted, I can't even remember how I did that. Shoulder got dislocated when I was, I suppose a polite way of putting it is there was a gentleman, he was a cunt bucket, but there was a guy who was attempting to do something with a woman he should not, and I intervened, and I ended up getting thrown into a gravestone, dislocated my shoulder, and I had to relocate it. My ankle's afoot because I broke my ankle playing football back in 2002, and when I say football, I mean what the Americans would call soccer, even though it's football. But yes, I do have all those. However, that leads into my next fact, which is that I do DDP yoga. DDP yoga is developed by a man named Diamond Dallas Page, who took the spirituality out of yoga and put the science in, and it's really effective. I would recommend you check it out if you're planning on, if you want to be a bit more flexible, if you want to help lose weight, or if you just genuinely want to feel better about yourself. Really do check it out. It's none of that, you know, an inner align yourself with your chi. It's right, we're going to move this way because it'll do this to this muscle and have effect on that. But rather than link you to what DDP yoga is, I'm going to link you to an inspirational video about a paratrooper who couldn't really walk, who now goes running every day, and that's going to be in the description of the video, so go check it out there, and it'll be listed as DDP yoga video. So, seeing as the next one has nothing to do with physicality, I shall say pumpernickel screwdriver. My dream job would be to either be a creative writer for the WWE or to be an on-screen manager. What a manager does essentially helps promote a wrestler. Some of the greats are Classy Freddie Blassie, Jim Cornette, Bobby the Brain Heenan, Jimmy the Mouth of the South Heart, Paul Heyman. You know, some of the great managers and great characters. Now, if I couldn't be that, I'd love to be a creative writer for WWE, writing the storylines to help wrestlers get better stories and get better pushes. I think it would be a perfect fit for me. I would love to do stuff like that. So yeah, that's that fact. Plates made of spoons! Right, this is quite a miserable one, so I'm going to get out of the way as quickly as I can. In 2007, I was diagnosed with depression, not bipolar, but I was diagnosed with depression, and then later on it was revealed that I have a form of paranoia. I'm doing better with it these days. But yeah, depression, paranoia. Enough of this, let's move on. Move on. My favourite kind of comedy is improvisational comedy. I love improv, I think it's fantastic, and so as you can imagine, some of my favourite shows are Whose Line Is It Anyway? Although, shock horror, I prefer the American version to the British version. And whilst I do miss Drew Carey as the host of the American one, I think the new lass is doing an okay job. I think she gets too much of a hard time. And yeah, I do kind of agree that the new guest celebrity thing is a little, can be a bit weak. We've also had some good guests on, so I think it's alright. I also love Drew Carey's Improvaganza series, which he did in Las Vegas, Nevada. You can find it on YouTube. I'll link you to episode 1 if I can find it, because it's definitely worth looking at. But yeah, I also love improv music. Like I would go to friends' houses and we would just start improvising songs. But not just comedy songs, but serious songs. There are times I'll be sitting here and I'll just start singing a song, and it'll not be serious, it'll be about heartache or how you look at the world or something. And I think when you improv a song, it reveals a certain truth about you. So yeah, improv is fantastic. Cactus Bananicles. I consider myself, and many consider me, an actually decent cook. Now, I'm not a chef. I would never work at a restaurant or cafe or a sandwich bar, but a sandwich boy. I don't think you get sandwich bars. I think sandwich station or something. Subway, basically. I wouldn't work at any of those places. Not that they're not nice places to work, obviously. Just I wouldn't want to cook for a paying customer, put it that way. But you know, I'm a pretty good cook, and I learned by example. You know, I follow the people's examples and take tips and techniques from other people. Try to add my own flair when I can. My signature is very simple. My signature dish is very simple. It's just a nice Irish sirloin steak, served with thick chips or thick fries, I suppose, to you American friends. Some mushrooms, and a fantastic creamy yet smoky bacon sauce, which just really adds to the dish. I feel it really helps. Sometimes I add a bit of red wine in there to help with the cooking the steak, but you don't want too much red wine in that. Fun fact: I actually learned how to cook steaks, and from my ex. She taught me how. It actually got me to love steaks. I then went on to improve the method and added certain tips and hints from the likes of Gordon Ramsay. Yeah, experimented a bit, found the flavour I was looking for. So there you go. Okay, I've worked for 9 different companies in my lifetime, and I've had at least 10 different job titles. You're probably thinking, oh, how can you have more than one job title? It's because I had 2 job titles in one place of work, and that was when I worked for Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs. I was an assistant officer, and I was also a quality representative, which basically meant it was my job to make sure everybody was doing their job properly and keep it within the realms of the law and following the guidelines that the organisation had set in place. But I've worked everywhere from Argos to a medication company. They manufactured medication, things like, actually I best not go into it. However, I will say, they do also make something, and I can't believe I'm even saying this, they actually make something called lemon flavoured cocaine mouthwash. I mean, talk about getting your buzz on in the morning. But I've worked for a lot of places. I've even worked at a whiskey shop. I've worked as a cleaner in a factory. And I also did some volunteer stints at schools, which I'll not name obviously, but in both cases I was a teaching assistant. But in the first school I actually taught a very small class some drama and told them how to do some script writing and stuff. And in the second school I was actually administrative assistant, where not only did I get to help out the head administrator, I actually developed some new electronic filing systems that they use to this day to help keep a track of their finances and school registers and stuff like that. So I was very happy to help them out. I've lived in Stanley, Durham pretty much all my life. I used to live in New Cayo I lived in New Cayo when I was born, and then we moved here when I was 2. So I've been here for about 24 years. And I absolutely love it. In fact, one of my dreams in life is to make enough money so I can buy this house for my family so they can go build their dream house. Obviously I'll make a lot of changes to this place, but it's kind of my dream. I have only left the United Kingdom twice. Now, the United Kingdom, Great Britain, they're not quite synonymous, but they're almost the same thing. I have been to Wales and I have been to Scotland. But I haven't been to Northern Ireland or Ireland, funnily enough. But I went to Malta in 2008, and I went to America in 2011 to visit my fiance. Had a fantastic time there. I really do need to go back to America. 1, to visit my fiance, and 2, it's such a big place. I need to see more of it. This actually ties me into my next fact. And I know I wasn't going to say next fact, but anyway. I'm actually engaged to the Lowness Wolf. Lowness Wolf is a fantastic artist on DeviantArt and YouTube. There will be a link to her channel in the description of the video. And, you know, I love with all my heart. I actually wear 1/2 of her military dog collar, dog chain thing. Funny enough, a friend of my little brother's was asking me yesterday when she saw this if she could have it, and I went, well, no, because, and I told the story of what this was and the fact that I belong my fiance and all that jazz, and her response was, oh, that's so cute, I could cry. And I'm like, okay then. So yeah, I'm incredibly lucky to have such a fantastic fiance, and I honestly don't know what I would do without. I mean, she helped change my life for the better. She saw the good in me. She was able to help me stop beating myself up about so many things. She helped me see a light where I could only see darkness, and she really helped me find my smile, which I'd lost a long time ago. She's been helping build my confidence ever since. and she's helped me come a long way. And I only hope that I can make her as happy as she's made me, because, you know, she's the greatest thing that's ever happened in my life. Simple as. And this actually leads me to my next fact, in a way. Apart from my fiance, my favourite artist of all time is Asha. Asha did a lot of illusion and perspective work. He's a very well-known name in the world of art, but if you haven't heard of him or you haven't seen his work, check it out. There'll be a link in the description of the video to either a gallery or his Wikipedia page so you can check it out. Yeah, I absolutely love his work. As you can probably tell by my speed draws, I like that kind of thing. Anyway, let us go to the next fact. Yes, I am running out of random phrases because I am tired. This is the third time I've recorded this and I can't be asked anymore to do random phrases. Okay, now some people have this saying where they have either a top 10 list of celebrities that they think are attractive, or this is often a game between couples where they write down 5 names of people they're allowed to sleep with outside the relationship should they get the opportunity. It's kind of like a joke between the couple. I don't have the latter of the two because I don't understand why you would do that. However, due to drunken nights and my attempts at being social, I have at some point developed a list of attractive celebrities. Like, basically, I do have a top 10 list of celebrities I find attractive. And nobody that is currently alive knows that top 10 list. And they never will. Okay, kind of on a similar vein in a really loose kind of way. A lot of people get asked about their preferences, like, what's your favourite when it comes to a member of the opposite sex, or whatever it is. I get asked for this quite a bit, and I don't know why, because my opinion shouldn't matter to anybody really, but I'm just going to run through them. When it comes to women, I don't have a preference when it comes to hair colour, I don't have a preference when it comes to eye colour. Height, I prefer lasses to be shorter than me. I mean, I'm 5'5", you know, but whatever. Chest size, C, D, but it's like Pepsi and Coke, and if you don't know what that means, it's an old joke. But when it comes to women and the breast sizes, guys, it's viewed as Pepsi and Coke. We may state a preference, but at the end of the day, we're happy with what we're given. As for accents, I'll say Italian, French, and refined English. Americans also one as well, but because there are so many American accents, it's hard to even begin trying to break that down. So yeah, you know, I'm really not big into like the huge preference thing. That's it, what life gives me, you know. Life's too fucking short to worry about the small details, you know what I mean? But anyway, I hope that answers questions, sweeps. So let's move on to the next one. My favourite colour is denim blue, which happens to be the colour of my eyes. I also like black, and before people tell me, no, black is an absence of colour. In physics it might be, not in colours. You know, when it comes to art, black isn't an absence of colour. It can't be, because then it wouldn't exist. So black is my second favourite colour, and thirdly is silver, which apparently some people are surprised by. I don't know why, but there you go. Next one. If I could have my own Hall of Fame, you know, basically just the Steve Jones313 Hall of Fame, my first 4 inductees would be William Shakespeare, Stephen Fry, Mick Foley, and Christopher Hitchens. William Shakespeare, obviously for his amazing feats in language and literature. Stephen Fry for existing. Mick Foley is my idol in life. He, fun fact, he actually knows who I am. And he actually owns a copy of my book, which is amazing, given that he is a given that he is a New York best-selling author, not to mention a 3-time WWE champion and WWE Hall of Famer. And as for Christopher Hitchens, whilst I don't share his absolute contempt for faith, I hate religion, but I don't hate faith. That's a video for another time. I admire his intellect, I admire his eloquence, I admire his tenacity in the face of stupidity. By that I mean some of the people he ends up debating with are just fucking stupid and retarded. But I also admire his humour, and I admire the fact that he stuck to his convictions even when he was dying of cancer. And that's my phone! Who dares disturb me? I'll answer that in a bit. But yeah, those have been my first inductees into the SteveJones313 Hall of Fame. Let's move on. Okay, this is a bit of a weird fact. I actually speak at a higher pitch than my real pitch. The reason for this is my voice broke at the last year of primary school, which would have been 1998. So back in 90, so that would have been what? I was 90. So that would have been what? I think 11 or something like that. So my voice broke, and when I got to St. Bede's, I had a lower voice. And you know, so I would go into school, and basically when I go in, I would have this kind of voice, and I'd be talking to people, and you know, everyone's like, and I'm like, yo, and it was very, very weird. So what I do is I talk at a high pitch, and it just kind of helped. You know, when I was, you know, just when I was at school, it helped having a much just kind of higher, and then people didn't notice it much, because I used to get picked on like crazy for having a much lower voice. So, you know, I just started to speak with a higher pitch so people wouldn't notice. But the thing is, I'd done it for so long, it continued, and I've been doing it pretty much all my life. And then I met my fiance, and one night we were talking, and I just kind of cleared my throat, and I started talking in my normal pitch, and she was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" And I'm like, yeah, I kind of talk higher than my actual pitch. So, yeah, it's the weirdest fact I've got, I think. But let's move on. Next fact. Okay, I am a huge fan and supporter of something known as ASMR. And basically what ASMR is, though I can't remember what it stands for, I'll write it on the screen. It's just basically a relaxation tool. People who have seen it for the first time don't quite get what it is, and they're just like, what? This is fucking weird. Like, what the fuck is this? This is creepy and stuff. I was like, ASMR, all it is it's a tool to helping people relax. It's an audio sensory based relaxation tool where it involves certain triggers, i.e. sound triggers, to help get the body and mind to relax. This could be a person whispering, this could be a person tapping on glass, this could be a person, you know, this could be the sound of water and rainfall. That's all ASMR is. And I've looked around a bit, and I've only found two YouTubers, two YouTube ASMR artists, I call them, who are any good at the videos, but they both have very different styles. Then the thing is, when you suffer from depression, paranoia, and you have a hyperactive brain, you need something to slow that down. Now, you know, so I use these to get my brain to slow down if I'm having a panic attack, if I'm feeling really depressed, or if I'm feeling stressed out, or whatever, or if I just need to slow down. I will take about 5 minutes to listen to, say, ASMR. They also help me sleep when I can't talk to my fiance. If I can't talk to my fiance at night time, I will listen to ASMR, and it'll help me sleep. It's actually a good meditation tool as well, and there are meditation videos out there which are ASMR. So yeah, an often misunderstood thing, but very beneficial. So we're getting near the end of these. How many more have we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, next one. Religious background. Okay, here's my religious background. I was brought up and baptised as a Roman Catholic, then I became an atheist, then I went back to Roman Catholicism, then I became what I called a practical Christian theorist, then I became an evangelical, then I became rather ambiguous. I didn't really know what I believed. Then I kind of went into a kind of atheism. Then I became what's known as what I called an anti-Abrahamic situationalist, which basically means I, you know, completely disbelieve in the four Abrahamic faiths. 3 of the main ones being Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. And then I now refer to myself as an apatheist, which is basically an apathy theist, which is I don't give a shit if there is a God or not. That's not important to me. What's important to me is humanity. So I am a humanitarian. I believe morality is created by mankind and that it does exist within mankind without the need of religious enforcement. I do not believe you need a God to justify what is right and to understand what is wrong. Political alignments, I've always voted Labour. I don't consider myself a hardcore Labour supporter, but just in every election we've had so far, they've been the better choice in my opinion. And that's as far as I'm going to go with politics. If you ask me about American politics, I don't know. I honestly think that in the next opportunity you get, you might as well elect Jesse the Bunny Ventura into office, because you might as well at this point. So let's move on to the next fact. Okay, so this is number 27, so we're winding down quickly here. So, number 27, I love asking random questions. It's one of my favourite things to do, especially in a live stream. I like getting people's answers to random questions. And just to show you it, I'm going to give you guys a random question. There are 3 magical stones in front of you, and you have yourself, your best friend, and your worst enemy with you. Now, even if you get on with everybody, let's just say it's the person you dislike the most. Okay, now you've got 3 magic stones. A red, a blue, and a yellow. The red stone improves all physical attributes. This includes your strength, your speed, your stamina, your agility, your flexibility, and also if you've got any injuries or scars or any ailments, it'll cure you of those. Okay? Now, the blue stone improves all mental facilities. Now this includes your intelligence, your wisdom, your ability to read and write, languages, your ability to understand concepts, thinking speed, and it'll help you be more eloquent and stuff like that. Now the yellow stone improves your more social skills, so it makes you more charming to people. It means you can socialize more easily, makes you funnier, it makes you handle stressful situations better, it increases your patience and stuff like that. So you have to take one for yourself, you have to give your best friend one of them, and you have to give your worst enemy, or the person you dislike the most, one of them. And each of you must have a stone. Tell me in the description of the video how you would pick them, which ones you would pick and why. Because I like seeing people's, answers. Okay, for number 28, let's cram a few in here. Let's do a few favourites. Number 28, my favourite band or musical artists are Nightwish and Within Temptation. My favourite song is Scatman by Scatman John. My favourite movie is 12th Night, starring Imogen Stubbs and Sir Ben Kingsley. It was done in 1996. My favourite book is Jennifer Government by Max Barry. My favourite TV shows are WWE Raw and Nightmare. My favourite game of all time is Dungeon Keeper. My favourite musical of all time is Les Miserables. And my favourite animal of all time is a duck. Next one. Okay, fact number 29. You've heard of these things called Newton's first law and Murphy's law, or Sod's laws as known these days to British people. There's a lot of different laws. Well, I have a set of laws, and this SteveJones313's first law is that some people just know how to piss me off. The rest, make a lucky guess. And my final fact about SteveJones313 is that I am a baritone. I was trained to sing in theatre and opera, and my vocal range is one of a baritone. And I loved singing. I've got a lot of singing videos on my SteveJones313 account, some good, some bad. And I thought I'd finish this video with a song. So thank you for watching this very, very badly put together video. Sorry I couldn't have done more jokes or sketches or something like that to hype it up. But yeah, like I said, this is my 3rd time recording it. This is the first time I've been able to complete the video without some horrible technical fault or someone interrupting. But thank you for watching, and if you have any random questions you'd like me to answer for you, just put them in the description of the video and I will answer them in a video or something. But yes, thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed the song. Until next time. And now the end is near, and so I face my final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I travel each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there were doubts, I ate it up and I spat it out. I faced it all and I stood tall and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing. And now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way. Yes, I did it my way.